Hi, and welcome to The Curling Show, the podcast that brings you interviews with the sport's top athletes and the people who shape the game. Brought to you by Bell's Brewery. Their Kalamazoo Stout will make any upcoming Brier or Worlds party a whole lot more, well, festive. It's available in 10 states, and since most Canadians live close to the U.S. border, you can always make a trip and bring some back. I'm Dean Gemmell, and in this edition, we talked with Reid Carruthers, one of Manitoba's good young curlers, not long after his team lost in the final of the Safeway Select to Jeff Stoughton's rink. Hey, Reid, thanks for being on the show. Before we get started, I want to ask if Jason Gunlickson is in the room, and if he is, will he be correcting your answers throughout the interview?
Well, no, he's not in the room, and I guess we're A-okay to go on with our interview.
Let's start with the dynamic between the two of you, because I saw it for the first time in that final of the Select that I watched, and I'll say it made for some awfully good entertainment, but how does that chemistry work for the two of you without driving either one of you insane?
Well, I think Jason and I are really close buds, and, we played in some pretty high-level competition this year, and what really happens on the ice kind of stays on the ice with us. He can offer some suggestions. Sometimes it looks like criticism, and looks like we can get at each other pretty good, but we're really close buds, and it kind of just stays on the ice, and we don't take it personally.
So it's thick skins, and it doesn't matter. You walk off and you forget about it.
Yeah, basically we just move on and try to work on what worked well and what didn't, and kind of build together as a third and skip.
Well, I hope it keeps working for you, because I did enjoy it on the television. Hey, you guys qualified for the Select not through your zones, but out of the MCA spiel, which, to be honest, is something I think you have to be from Manitoba to fully understand. But I figured you must have had to win about a gazillion games to get it done. Did doing that give you some confidence going into the provincials?
Well, I definitely think so. Getting to qualify through the MCA, it's obviously like 2 weeks before the Select. So we kind of kept our roll going. We've kind of been on a tear since the start of December. Everyone's been playing really well, and we're a young team. We were playing with a lot of confidence. I think playing our first big game against Fry, getting the big win early, it really helped our confidence keep rolling.
You guys did knock off Ryan Fry, one of the younger, perhaps just slightly older than you guys, teams in Manitoba. It seems to me that maybe they didn't get the seeding right on that one. What do you think?
Well, I guess when they seed the top 16, it makes it tough where they put the bottom 16 in the men's provincials, and I guess it's raised a lot of controversy. I guess people are looking at maybe seeding 24. I guess that's what they're hoping for upcoming years, but we'll see how that goes. I guess Ryan obviously didn't want to play a hot team his first game. Obviously getting a third seed, he was kind of hoping for a team that wouldn't be playing at quite the same level as them, but I guess we played really well, and I guess they were maybe a little jet-lagged from their really good trip to Japan, so I think we took advantage of it. This
year, of course, you're runner-up, so you're probably pretty happy with the format, but what do you think of the Select and the 32-team format?
Well, 32 teams, it makes it really tough on anyone, I guess, to get on a roll and win the province. You definitely, especially having some really tough competition, I can see how guys go many years without, let alone making the Select, but let alone getting on a roll and actually winning it. I guess other provinces have gone with different formats, I guess round robins and whatnot, but for now I guess I can't complain because we obviously got on a roll and played well, qualified, but I don't know, I guess you could go with a different format, but it could take a couple of years to implement.
Do you think it hurts young teams? That's been John Mead's point on the show once, that it's difficult for young guys. You guys were an exception this year, but a lot of young guys go in there like Ryan Fry's team this year, go bang, bang, they're out and done, versus getting to play a round robin against a bunch of good teams. Do you think it hurts younger teams especially?
I think so. Getting to play, 7 games or 8 games in a round robin, even 5 games, it obviously helps. Getting to play those big games in an arena setting is a whole different experience. So if you don't play well, you lose your first one. You're facing one leg already, and one game can go by an inch, so you could be out early. And there's no experience gained when you're out early, that's for sure.
That is a problem with it. I mean, there's pros and cons with every system, but it definitely, I think, makes it difficult for younger teams to gain the experience they need. But hey, you were the Manitoba junior champion in 2003. How daunting is it to come out of juniors in Manitoba and see that you're going to have to beat one heck of a lot of really solid men's teams to get back to another national championship?
Well, yeah, obviously it is a big jump going from juniors and into the men's play. A lot of our junior play has consisted of playing against in mostly the men's spiels. There hasn't been too much junior competition in bond spiels like you'd see over in Ontario and also in other provinces. So a lot of the junior teams have to build by playing in the men's tournaments. Sometimes that can hurt their junior play a little bit because it's obviously two different games, playing against junior and also men's play. It's completely different. But yeah, it's obviously a big jump. We're looking at this year. Our goal is just to qualify for the Select, and we got on one heck of a roll and we made ourselves to the final. So it certainly was a heck of a year for us.
How were you guys feeling when you were ahead in that final? Stoughton's team was obviously a little bit off at the start, and how were you feeling until you gave up that big end?
Well, going into the game, we were feeling pretty confident. Obviously, playing on the same sheet in the morning draw, winning a tight one, our confidence is pretty good. We were feeling confident going into the game. We had nothing to lose. We were the underdog for the game. We had a lot of confidence. Jeff seemed to be a little rattled early, but he's a veteran. He came back with a big end, and in 5, obviously, we let him have a couple breaks, but there's the veteran curler taking advantage of it.
Yeah, that is what we saw, I think, was it a veteran team, and they didn't get too rattled early when they were struggling a bit. And, but I think you guys did a fine job in that final. It was nice to see Jeff compliment your team after the game.
Yes, yeah, it was. It was great. We got a chance to hang around with the Stoughton team early in the year. Obviously, with Jason Gunlitzson being Gary Vandenberg's nephew, they chat quite a bit, and we've been working with them a little bit.
Your team didn't play a real big schedule this year. Is it a time issue for you guys right now, trying to balance school and curling and whatnot?
We only played 4 WCTs, and that's something we're hoping on building on for next year, getting to play in quite a few more WCTs. And, hopefully down the road we'll be starting to qualify for the Grand Slam events. Our goal again for next year will be to qualify for the men's provincials. So we'll see how it goes. This year we played quite a few events on the MCT Tour. So we were quite busy. We just didn't play the events like most of the tour teams were playing.
So what's left for you guys this year?
Well, as a team, we don't have too much left. We'll probably play a couple. They call them toaster spiels. It's the entry fee, $120. Go have fun for a weekend spiels. Other than that, we got the mixed playdowns. Our team will be breaking up for that and splitting into 2 and going at each other's necks. And then other than that, there's, I guess, the university playdowns. That's one benefit of still going to school. You get to play in university championships. So I know I'm looking forward to that. I'm representing the Team U of W. So we got a chance, to go to the nationals, and we'll see how that goes. I guess the winner goes on to Italy. They're playing at the same venue as the Olympics are playing right now. So that's kind of neat getting to watch it on TV.
That is great that they have the university championships, because otherwise you would be really sort of out of things to play in except for the toaster spiels. That's a point Kevin Martin's often made, that young teams struggle because there's not a lot to play in after you lose out in your provincials. So it's I'm glad to see the university curling getting a little better.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big jump.
All right, Reid, we end our interviews with something I call the run-back segment. I give you a topic, and you give me your thoughts on it in 1 to 3 words.
Okay, great.
All right, number of times you and Jason Gunlitzson have punched each other?
None.
For real?
1.
The 2003 Canadian Junior Championship?
Not so hot.
2 women now curling in the Olympics that you'd like to have on your team in a mixed spiel?
The Johnson sisters.
Hey, there's a vote for the American women. If you couldn't curl, you would?
Golf.
And the number of times you've seen an actual buffalo in Manitoba?
None.
Thanks for your time, Reid. I enjoyed talking with you. Good luck in the other events you have this year, and we look forward to seeing a little more of you on the tour next year.
Well, thank you very much, Dean.
Take care. That's Reid Carruthers on The Curling Show, brought to you by Bell's, the home of inspired brewing and the people behind an extraordinary collection of beer, ale, porter, and stout. Thanks for listening. Here's more of Toronto's Black Pudding. They'll be playing in Cambridge on March 17th at the Ontario Curling Tour Championship, so make plans to catch some great curling and a great show.
Ooh.